going to share a quick story that happened this week with an employee that found himself in a legal predicament and didn't do anything wrong. And really, no one involved did anything malicious. It just happened. My name is Zan Thomas, and I have a side business where I look for investment properties. And I had a friend call me and said, "Hey, Zan, would you give this fellow a call? His father recently passed away. There's some properties, some business properties. There could be some things on the business property that also have some value, but he's just overwhelmed with everything and doesn't really know what to do. Can you give him a call? I know you've dealt with some of these things before." And I said, "Absolutely." Gave the gentleman a call, and proceeded to tell me his story. So there was a number of properties. There was a piece of property where a business was on. There were some things on that business property that could have some value. But the challenge is, as it was coming apparent to him and his siblings, that it looks like their father may not have done the best might have been a little careless with the paperwork. And getting proof of ownership of certain things was becoming a challenge. Looks like the father had some sort of a trust set up to have these things moved on to his kids. But it looks like that trust wasn't set up with someone, or was not set up through an attorney. And he's like, I want to sell these things, but I just really don't know what to do or what can I do. We're trying to figure it all out. And so I told him, I said, well, look, I'd be interested in the properties. I'd love to take a look at them. But I think the first thing is you really need to figure out where you stand legally, on these properties, so you can kind of move forward, don't have any hiccups moving on. And he told me, he said, he's like, I know that, but I've dealt with attorneys in the past before. It's the last situation. I think he said it cost about $6,000 to get to get it resolved. And I said, we don't have that kind of money to pay an attorney to fix this for us. I said, well, I'll tell you what. Also my day job, I help businesses provide legal resources to their employees for situations like this. He kind of went through the scoop. Said it's very inexpensive. You get access to an attorney. It does cover estate planning, as I'm not quite sure, since this is your father's estate, since if you're the beneficiary, how that would work. But if there's anything that's outside of that plan, you do get at a discount. But at least before we worry about all that stuff, at least you just talk to someone and they give you some advice. And he says, well, actually, you know what? He says, I think my brother has a plan like that through his work. I said, oh, perfect, great. I said, well, let's get off the phone. I said, give your brother a call, and then have him get in contact with his law firm, explain the situation, just so you guys get better guidance on where you got to go with this. And then give me a call back, because I'd still be interested in the properties. So I thought that was a cool story, just of where no one was really doing anything malicious. Sounds like their father might have been not quite as organized as he should have been, but no one was trying to do any harm with any intent. It just happened. And thankfully, his brother, his employer, provided him with these services, and they could get access to an attorney. Wasn't going to, break the bank for him. And, so thought it was a good story. If you guys are all interested in providing resources like this for your employees, the stories of which they could use them or the situations are endless. But if it's something you'd be interested in offering, I'd love to speak with you. Once again, my name is Zan Thomas, and I hope you guys have a good weekend.